kids are absolutely loving it, and that's what it's all about.
Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Laura Hertz. I have been in the Voorhees Township School District for 21 years.
Yay.
I graduated, I'm going to date myself a little bit, back in 1998 from the College of New Jersey. I graduated with a dual degree in elementary education and English. I was quickly hired, fortunately, by the Voorhees Township Schools. I was actually offered a position to teach 6th grade language arts or the opportunity to teach 3rd grade at Signal Hill. And since I love the little guys, I chose Signal Hill as my home. And I taught for 1 year in 3rd grade. I began with Mrs. Stacy Morris, who is now our Crescent Elementary School principal. We taught 1 year, and my principal back then was Mrs. Frary. She asked me and approached me would I like to possibly teach 1st grade, and that opportunity. I jumped at it because that's what I love and that's my passion. I spent the next 19 years in 1st grade with the little guys. It was absolutely phenomenal to teach 1st grade. I thought I would never leave. That was going to be my home.
Yeah.
Just them coming in, not reading and writing, maybe only knowing, a couple words or letters. And in the end, after 1 year with these kids that, they're story writers, they're authors, they're illustrators. Like we take them in as, from kindergarten, not really knowing too much and bringing them so far that it was absolutely an amazing time for me. So fast forward 19 years and Mrs. Stallings is my principal now here at Signal Hill. She always encourages us to do professional development, to go back to school, to advance ourselves, to better ourselves for the kids. I have 7 children at home, so every time I was asked, do you want to move, do you want to change grades, do you want to go back to school to, advance my education, it wasn't the right time because as a mom, you never want to put yourself first.
Wow.
So I eventually did. I started at Seton Hall. I knew my librarian, Mrs. Holliday, was retiring in the next couple years. So I took that opportunity to go back to school, and just last spring, right before you came into office, I was offered the position as the library media specialist. So this is my first year here at Signal Hill as the library media specialist.
Here we are.
And here we are, and I absolutely, I didn't think I could possibly love something more than I loved 1st grade. 1st grade, you have 20 kids or 15 to 20 kids every year, and you build that tight-knit bond with them and the parents and the community. And now what's so cool about my job is we have, 400 or 500 kids in the building, and I get to touch the lives of every child at Signal Hill, which is neat to make those connections.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I still get to see everybody. In fact, my 1st graders last year were thrilled that I was a library media specialist, and my 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and 5th that I've had in the past. The pros, like I said, is I get to build relationships with everyone now. Even if you look at it in a professional way with my colleagues, I get to work with all of my colleagues now, finding out what they're doing in the classrooms and bringing that into the library and really enhancing those standards that they're teaching there through literature. So it's nice that I get to build more connections with them as well as all of the kids in the building.
How do you think the role of librarian versus media specialist of today, how do you think it's changed?
It's definitely changed a lot. You almost thought of librarians or libraries for a while as like a stagnant thing that now you can look up things on the internet, you can buy books on Amazon. So, some people maybe tended to think we don't need the library as much anymore, which in fact isn't true. We kind of changed the role at Signal Hill of the library. Where it's now just not the library, it's the Library Media Center, where we're building what we talked about before camera, instead of just STEM, which is the science, technology, engineering, and math, and some people do STEAM. So in our library, we're doing STREAM, which we're building that R in for reading, so the kids are reading literature with me, and then, like for example, this week we read a story, and they engineered and they designed and created together. So we're tying the literature into collaborating and working together as teams. So it's been phenomenal. The kids have loved it. I love it. I'm just so fortunate to be here, and I'm excited to be in this position.
You really get to facilitate all of the world's knowledge because you have access to the internet, and so through that media,
Absolutely.
you can be a model for how kids can use those resources, and the teachers can use those resources to do amazing things.
And even in the classroom, like the 4th and 5th grade teachers approached me and said, can we do research-based skills in the library? Can you teach them how to write a bibliography? Can you teach them what good information is that they should be putting in the reports, what plagiarism is? So there's so many skills that I can use my knowledge from being in the classroom and tying it into the library that it's a great place to be.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is there one particular either aspect of this position, or maybe a particular tech tool or something that you're doing right now that you are really excited about?
I am really excited. Our parent group that you've met over the last few weeks has worked with me this summer diligently. They got us our ProWise board, which we have now. That's behind me.
All
Yeah,
right, so
the kids are so excited for that. So what we do is it turns into pretty much like a giant iPad. It can fold down flat. We can play educational games, which helps me with my stream that I teach. So I'll do literature teaching. If we're doing the week on math, they can play games on there that are educational that can support the teachers in the classroom.
That's really cool.
They also donated our couch set, which the kids love, so it's a place for them to enjoy reading. So these couple things. We also have a Lego board coming with a whiteboard on the back where we can do sequencing events. So what's neat for me is that I can tie everything that I did in the first grade classroom, academically into the library and build it in through, comprehension skills and enhance what they're doing in the classroom. So, yeah, we have a great parent group, and they've been so supportive, as you know, in all the schools.
I can't pronounce their name.
The SHPFA group.
SHPFA group. Yeah.
Signal Hill Parent Faculty
I always mess that up.
Association.
SHPFA. So we know everything's great, but if there was one thing you could change or one thing you would really like to do or something you could do differently, if there was anything to make the experience better for kids, what would it be?
In Voorhees Township, I think, I almost want to change that a little bit in that I've been here for 21 years. Our tradition in Voorhees Township, as you know, has been of excellence and always putting the kids first. I think that if we continue that and continue professional development and allowing our teachers to collaborate with each other, that's what, Voorhees is all about, the kids and putting the kids first. And I don't think there's anything I necessarily would change. I think just continuing in what we're doing is something that's, is great for our school district. I know just for you, for example, just coming in the first day at our first meeting, just being available to us. You gave us your personal cell phone number, which is awesome. Not your office number, but if we need you, we know you're there for us. And that is, an incredible feeling that started with Mr. Ray Brosel and is continuing with you.
Yeah, big shoes to fill there.
Yeah, and I met with a couple parents this week. You had your superintendent's meeting with the parents yesterday, and already just the buzz about you, you're here, you're available. He's a real person. He's a dad. He was listening. Like he's involved, and you're here for us and the kids. And I think that nothing really needs to change, and just continue what we've been doing. I think it's great.
You can't say teaching and learning. You can, but I'm going to try to get you not to.
Okay.
Outside of work, what are you passionate about?
You're going to hear this probably from a lot of teachers that have kids. I'm passionate about my family. My husband and I are raising it is a large family. We are raising 7 children with our village. They say it takes a village to raise a child, so it probably takes 7 villages to raise my children. So with the help of our family, we are in the Eastern Regional School District. Okay. So my daughter Sierra and Tyler are junior and sophomore at Eastern. Then my middle school guys are Cole, Jake, and Ava. 8th grade, 6th grade, and 5th grade. And then I have twins. He's shaking his head. I have 4-year-old twins, which are in preschool. So what do I love to do? I spend a lot of time on the soccer fields, the lacrosse fields, the baseball fields. My parents have a shore house in the summer, so we spend a lot of time on the beach. And, I'm the library media specialist now. I was an English major, so of course just reading to my kids and, trying to inspire them as I do my children at Signal Hill. So.
What would you like your new superintendent to know about either Signal Hill, Voorhees? What do you think is important for me to know going forward?
About Signal Hill and Voorhees? Signal Hill, again, our parent faculty is fantastic. Our teachers are hard workers. We're in here every day. We're in the summer working. I think it's important for you to just be in the schools like you are and making yourselves available as our administration to come in and support us. I love Voorhees and I love Signal Hill. My kids are in the school district, so just that we work hard and we love our kids and to come in and give us opportunities to collaborate with each other. What's been great in the past is that the teachers, when I was on first grade, could collaborate with the teachers in first grade at other buildings so that we can share all these fabulous resources that we have. That we're on the cutting edge of technology. I know some of the schools are starting to get the ProWise board that we have. Some already have them, so already you're affording us the opportunity to meet together and to be trained on these things. So I think that's something that should definitely continue.
Teachers have great ideas and kids have great ideas, and you put those things together, all we really have to do is find a way to help them achieve the things that they want to do.
Absolutely.
And so this is a great place, and I'm happy to be here.
We're happy
with
to have you.
And this
We're
has
happy.
been great.
Thank you.
Flexible seating.
There's our stream board where we document everything we do every week. We have our new ProWise board.
It looks really great.